Ladies and gentlemen, the news about this particular player is slowly heating up. Liam Delap to Chelsea Football Club, even Fabrizio Romano is now talking about it. So there's definitely some truth behind it. We're going to delve deep into this conversation very, very soon. We've got some news in regards to front of shirt sponsorship. When you are top, fairly on top of that Premier League table, third, fourth, and all of that shenanigans, then sponsors do want to flock in and get their names on the shirt and take advantage of the good moments of the football club. So obviously that is now well and truly coming into fruition. We're going to talk about the front of shirt sponsorship. Looks like it's just around the corner. Who's it going to be? We'll talk about that. And we've got a little bit of information in regards to the transfer window and a little bit of conversation in regards to Enzo Fernandez as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we crack into the news, do check out the earlier show today. If you've missed out an absolute blockbuster collaboration. It's going to be a regular show with Faz, Planet Faz, my Bengali brother, Man United fan, as you guys would have seen his clips with Saeed TV. Check that out. Literally, that was the live couple of hours ago. Do check that show out, and it's going to be a regular collaboration on my channel and on his channel as well. Make sure you follow and subscribe Faz as well. And smash up the like button for this video. You're going to enjoy all the news that's going to drop in. And like always, you're here all the time, watching all the videos, keeping up to date with all the content, and you love the interaction. So smash up the like button. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Now let's get cracking into this, ladies and gentlemen. Just in, Chelsea consider internally Liam Delap a very good player, and we should not underestimate what Enzo Maresca said about him in public. He's considered a very good modern striker. You guys would have seen what Enzo Maresca said in the press conference about Liam Delap. He was praising him to the mountains, honestly. You can clearly see Enzo Maresca likes this player and likes his characteristics a lot. Delap could be one of the names for the summer for Chelsea. So this is not going to happen in January. Unlike in January, Chelsea and other clubs want to see how he does in the second half of the season. And that's right, man. I mean, look, Ipswich are struggling. They don't want to let go of their talisman, who has done fairly well for them. I mean, he's not really light up the joint, but he's done fairly okay. And yes, it is important to see what he does in the second half of the season. Let him have a full season at Ipswich. Ipswich most likely going to get relegated. It is a difficult situation for Ipswich to lose a striker of his caliber in January, and then they're really going to be in the mud. So let him do what he can do. See if he can even save Ipswich. Then obviously his market value will rise even more, which is not going to be a good thing. You want to get in now, but I don't think Ipswich will be selling him now. And I don't think it's good for his development to make that switch right now. Having said all of that, I have no problems with this link. I actually like Liam Delap. Tall, so aerially, he can be dominant, robust, got physicality about him. He's fast, he's got a bit of technical ability. But most importantly, he works very, very hard off the ball. And that's something I know Enzo Maresca really enjoys and likes to see from his players. Now, in regards to him leading the line for us, I don't think he's ready for it. I think he would be a good competition for Nicholas Jackson. I think Nicholas Jackson has shown good improvement, and I want to see keep that improvement going. Someone like Liam Delap will definitely push him, I feel, and I think will every now and then, knock on the door to start for Chelsea Football Club. So look out for this transfer in the summer. Potentially, you're looking about 45 million, 50 million, maybe that range for a striker of his ability. And you're paying for, you're going to pay a bit of a premium for the talent that he has. I don't mind this. I don't mind this one bit. Ladies and gentlemen, you let me know your thoughts about Liam Delap. Do you think he's worthy to be a Chelsea player? Do you think he's good enough to be a competition for Nicholas Jackson? As I said, I have no issues about that. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Justin, Chelsea are not that busy for January and are not desperate to bring players in. They're very happy with what they're doing. Look, to a certain level, I am okay with this. but there are certain issues in this squad. I fully understand we need to get rid of players that are not featuring for Enzo Maresca so far needs to go. Ben Chilwell, maybe even Kane Chuka, and a few other players that are not seeing enough minutes. They need to go, and if they're interested to leave, then we should help them to leave. So I get it. This window that's coming up, it's more about departures. I fully understand that. But there are issues in this squad. And if we can, if we find ourselves, which we do, right on top, hopefully we can finish off the year with a victory against Ipswich. Very important we get a victory. It's sad that we dropped points against Everton. It's sad that we dropped points against, lost against Fulham. We want to finish things off with a win against Ipswich. And you never know what can happen with Arsenal and Liverpool on the final match of the year. If we find ourselves in a tasty situation in January, then we should really look into helping Enzo Maresca out, especially with the bench. We don't want to see Enzo Maresca only utilizing one sub because he can't trust anyone else. And even the sub that he is utilizing at the moment, which is Nkunku, it doesn't really fit. So we need to help Enzo Maresca out a little bit and give him kind of players that he feels that can add a bit of impact. Right now, certain players don't even make the squad. Keenan Dewsbury Hall, for example. João Felix is an unused sub all the time. We need to help him out. There seems to be a distinct problem, especially in midfield. God forbid if something happens to Enzo Fernandez or Moses Caicedo. Romeo Lavia seems to be unavailable almost every other day. We need to bring back Santos. And if we can't bring back Santos, and I understand that Strasbourg could be depleted without Santos, and we don't want to disrupt Santos's season, so far. He's doing well there. Let him continue to do well, and then he'll be a Chelsea player next season. And we need Ugochukwu. We definitely need Ugochukwu back from Southampton. But then again, he's now starting to play for Southampton as well. The new manager is utilizing Ugochukwu, but we need some help in midfield. And of course, CB. I'm not convinced with any of the CB. So we do need to have one eye open for that January window. We can't just say that, no, we're not going to bring anyone in. I think we do need to have some smart business if it's available to help Enzo Maresca out for the second half of the season. We don't want to see a capitulation in the second half. We've done so well so far this season. We don't want to see a decline, much like what happened to Enzo Maresca last season with Leicester. The second half was a bit of a decline. They ended up still winning the league in the championship, but it was very, very difficult. These are some of the names that could be departures in January, ladies and gentlemen. Cassidy, Kane, Chuka, and Chilwell could leave in January, as well as more players. So it's important to understand what Chelsea will do if they leave. I fully get it. Cassidy, he seems like he's ready to feature a lot more in the first team. He's someone I like. I like the looks and how he plays, but he doesn't get enough minutes. He's someone we should be looking to utilize in midfield, and not flog Enzo Fernandez and Maresca, or Enzo Fernandez and Moses Caicedo all the time. Cassidy can give us that impetus off the bench, but once again, Enzo Maresca probably doesn't fancy Cassidy as highly, and if he wants to leave and find regular minutes, then we need to probably think about letting him go. Similarly with Kane Chuka, and we know the case with Chilwell. He definitely needs to move on. Chelsea believe Kane Chuka has big potential and will not be sanctioning a sell for any less than 40 million. Release clause alone is an option. 40 million for Kane Chuka. You might be thinking, man, that's mad. But you know what? That might not be that mad, Kane Chuka, I know he hasn't done the bits at Chelsea, but this guy's a talented player, man. I wish he never left. Well, I wish he doesn't go. He hasn't left yet. I wish he doesn't go. But it looks like he might have to, because it doesn't seem like he's in Enzo Maresca's, plans at all. Problem with Kane Chuka is the injuries that has, marred his situation at Chelsea. But he's a top player. He's a talented footballer. And some people might say 40 million for a player that, has injury history. If he gets that injury history sorted, 40 million is probably a bargain. He'll go somewhere and he'll explode. If given the opportunity, he'll explode. I've seen enough of him to say he's a very, very talented footballer. Just needs a bit of belief, man. Needs a bit of belief. But looks like that belief is not going to come from Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea sources have indicated to The Athletic that the shirt sponsorship process is nearing its end. Woo, hallelujah. Their shirts will have a sponsor before the season ends. That's good news. I would like to see well before the season ends. We're almost halfway through and we don't have a front of shirt sponsorship, which is a bit of an embarrassment. But we wanted to wait and see that we get the right, sponsor come through the gate. And now that we are doing well in the Premier League, hopefully we go and win the Conference League and go all the way to, we don't even need to worry about Europa League, but we get a trophy with Conference League and finish in the top four, make it into Champions League, which will help our case a lot more. And hopefully we get a lucrative sponsor, and looks like we are shaping up for it. There's a good feeling around Chelsea and the potential of the young squad. This has led to renewed interest from potential partners when it comes to Chelsea selling their front of shirt sponsorship. Yeah, Chelsea are an exciting team to watch. They are. We are very much an exciting team to watch. Young players, talented players, and manager is also inexperienced at this level. And so far he's done really, really well. And, looks like we're going somewhere. We're inclined to do something special, hopefully, this season. Not in terms of winning the league, but, hopefully silverware in the Conference League, maybe even a domestic cup as well with the FA Cup. And see if we can finish as high as possible. So, for sponsors, it's an exciting time to sponsor Chelsea Football Club. Absolutely. For the front of shirt sponsor, Chelsea is seeking around 60 million a year, which they believe is the going rate for the Premier League's elite clubs, especially those competing at the top of the table. I agree. I think most of these top clubs in the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City, they all have big sponsorship money. I think in the range, in the vicinity of 60 million, except Man City. Man City probably has something around 100 million. Of course, 60 million is the bare minimum, and that is a good injection of cash a year, which is fantastic. Helps us out in financial fair play, helps us out with a lot of things. And that should be the price. That should definitely be the price. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen, your thoughts about who you want as the front of shirt sponsor. There's quite a few names that's floated around in recent times. Riyadh Air, Oman Airways as well, Qatar Airways as well, and for Mercedes-Benz. I'd be happy with, honestly, any. Riyadh Air or Mercedes-Benz will probably be my top, or even Qatar Airways would be my top selection. Next up, Enzo Fernandez's former fiancé, Valentina Cervantes. This is what she had to say. Some interesting quotes from her. If you ask me what happened, I have nothing specific to tell you. I just think that he decided to focus 100% on his career, on performing, on finding himself. He might not have been at his best as a player and tried to find it. Today, fortunately, things are going well for him. That's why I'm also very happy. And look, big up to her, man. For a woman to understand that side of a man, this is very, very mature of her. Like, she could have easily just taken a total opposite, stand on this and said, no, you're my man. We've got kids together. You're looking after us. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm going to make your life very, very difficult. No, but she's taken the better standpoint that, look, he's not feeling right about the relationship. Let's not keep him in a relationship that he can't focus on or give everything on from himself. He wants to focus on his career. He wants to, look at that right now. And there's no problems with that, man. I know this was a bit of a problem when it first came to fruition, that what's going on, Enzo Fernandez, you're going through all of these breakups with your missus and you're not doing well. But maybe the whole situation in football was also getting affected with his personal relationship and whatnot, and how maybe it's not going the way he wants it to go. And the fact that he's now stepped away from that is definitely somewhat helped out his football, along with his new training regime that he's been doing. And big up to Enzo Fernandez to be able to find a way back from a very much a declining form in football. And big up to her ex-fiance to be able to be so mature about this whole situation. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about, especially in regards to Liam Delap. Let me know your thoughts. Smash up the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. And make sure you check out Faz and Miz show, the first episode of it was a live show literally a few hours ago. Do give that a opportunity, give that a show. Make sure that you comment as well and tell us how you feel about that that collaboration. Any particular point that you found interesting in the comment section, let us know. Next, it will be in Faz's channel, I believe Thursday night UK time, and then after that again on my channel Saturday, Friday evening, which is Saturday morning for me. Until next time, everyone, take care. See ya. Goodbye.